Usually, before I go shaking my tits for the press, I like to go see how the professionals do it. Some might say the chief of police has no business in an institution like this, but in fact it's the quietest and safest place in town. You won't run into any reporters, nobody gets into any fights, nobody drinks too much, nobody even raises their voice. The place is owned by an elderly gentleman who knows how to keep things under control. That's why I never invite my friends here. I wanted to make an exception for my 60th birthday, but most of my colleagues are young enough to be my sons, and they'd rather just hire prostitutes. Why stare at some boobs when you can take the whole package for yourself? But there's none of that in our club. Even looking too long is considered indecent. You can get an occasional glimpse, like by accident. The rest of the time you just pretend that you're immersed in conversation, or just come by for a drink. Doesn't mean these gentlemen wouldn't want their bald heads smothered in tits. It's just that nobody says it out loud. My younger colleagues might call it hypocrisy, but I call it the good old-fashioned manners. Good manners and leave the rest unsaid. She agrees to unbutton her blouse, and we agree not to pay too much attention. The girls are on a quiet prowl, too. They're looking for a way out of their cramped rooms. Maybe make friends with some wealthy patron with a pacemaker and dentures. Everybody wants something. But we have to control ourselves, or we'll all turn into libertines and prostitutes. Hell, if there weren't any rules, I'd be belching and farting, jumping up on the table, arms held high, yelling, "Shake it, baby!" No idea how I got so barbaric.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to This Is Police. This Is the Police is an interesting game that I found on my list a while back. So I got this a while back and I wanted to play this fully from start to finish and of course share the experience with you guys. So I'm just gonna head on into the story mode, start a new game. I think I'm a commissioner, a police commissioner or something like that, and my job is to control the police but also uncover a darker sort of corruption in the police force. Anyway, Mayor Rogers, sex maniac. City Hall confirms rumor of Jack Boyd's resignation. Mark War II to be shown in Freeburg the day before the worldwide premiere by the mayor's personal request. So these are the headlines for today. Let's just go on into work. I think this has something to do with corruption and a bigger police issue, like a government/police issue, but let's play it together. I really don't have any idea of what's going on in this game.
When I was a kid, my father
Alright.
sometimes told me at bedtime that if I closed my eyes and didn't open them for a long time, all the demons would blow away.
Interesting.
Yesterday I turned 60, but I still take his advice. Not because I'm sentimental or want to keep the memory of my father alive. I just can't think of a better solution.
Okay.
To get away from all the demons that haunt Freeburg, I'd need to wear a blindfold 24/7. Plus, it's a good idea to act blind when talking to reporters. At least that's what my colleagues say.
Alright, so I
They're
must be a
afraid of press
retiring
conferences.
police officer, or
But for
maybe a
me,
high-ranking
it's more like a confessional.
police
No
officer.
matter what lies you tell, you're privately thinking the honest answers. It helps me remember who I am.
Alright.
The fact that I'll be reading all about it in the papers tomorrow is a small price to pay. Call it
Penance for the preacher. Interesting. Alright, so day one, let's see what we're up to. I love the cartoonesque style of the
This is the
game.
first time I'm afraid of those answers my mind has given me. Not because I'm mad I'm losing my job. Though it's true, I'm mad as hell. Not because I subconsciously blame everyone else. Though I damn sure do blame them. And don't even ask me what my next move is. I can't imagine.
Alright.
But even that doesn't scare me. The worst thing is, I know I'm gonna have to do something. I'll be damned if I know how far I'll go.
It's
I may
brewing.
have a lot of vices,
Okay.
but predictability isn't one of them.
Something's brewing. Are those reporters? Maybe. Press conference.
I learned a long time ago how to drive away the swarming demons. But what do you do when they're trying to rip your soul from your skin? Shutting
Good
my
question.
eyes tight as I can. The best solution remains the same.
Play blind.
Play blind. I just hope the reporters think I was blinded by the camera flash.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see what we're up to now. Okay, we're in a press conference. Good morning. Indeed, good morning to you. Yesterday, the mayor's office officially announced your resignation. Did this come as a surprise or did you know about it in advance? I don't know. Play it blind? Or I guess we could take two routes here. We could play it blind, or we can, you know, battle the system. I've been expecting this from the mayor. What's the difference? Should we go rebellious? I mean, I'm surprised. I thought I'd be working as a policeman for another 5-10 years. I just want to serve the city. I was very surprised, of course. Do you already know the name of your successor? I mean, no. I think it's a new man. I think it'll be a department veteran. I don't know. No, of course not. And I don't think the mayor's office knows who it is either. After the recent corruption scandal, your deputy, Francis Kendrick, said he was looking forward to resigning if the mayor offered him your position. Would that change his mind? I mean, I hope Francis... I mean, sure, yeah. Perhaps, maybe. Sounds possible if he thinks the new office would help him serve the city a little longer. Although Kendrick was acquitted, many still believe that the police are cooperating with the mafia. Do you have anything to say about this? I don't know. I've never worked with the mafia, but I can't speak for every man and woman in the department. I can't follow all my employees around the clock. Okay. I think your personal relationship with the mayor could be the reason behind your retirement. Possibly. It's often difficult to say what guides policy decisions. Thank you. Okay, so that was a press conference. I don't know what of an impact a press conference will have.
How's the back today, Mr. Boyd?
Same as usual.
How did the
My
press
name's Jack.
conference go?
Okay.
You can read about it in the newspapers tomorrow. Don't let anyone in.
Even
Okay.
Mr. Kendrick?
Especially Mr. Kendrick.
Okay, I guess I don't have a good relationship with Kendrick. Popping pills. Hard pills to swallow. Great. Smoking a cigar and taking medication. I'm curious what happens.
As soon as I heard the door creak, I knew what face I'd see. When I tell Emma not to let anyone in, there's only one man it could
Kendrick
be.
or the mayor?
Rude, arrogant, no warning.
Oh, mayor, yeah.
That's Mayor Rogers in a nutshell. White summer shoes, white socks, white shorts, white polo shirt.
Wait, is he
the
going
white
tennis
smile of a
playing?
hungry shark.
He was playing
Mayor
tennis,
Rogers
wasn't he?
enters every room like he owns the place. Even the floorboards under his feet sound like they're creaking an apology.
Oof.
He never shied away from the odd corruption scheme. It's like the devil walks behind him. In the movies, the villains controlling the city play golf with the judges. Rogers plays tennis with them instead. That's about
Okay.
the only difference.
Jack, I was hoping to catch you after the press conference. You ran away so quick.
He was watching, huh? He was there. Okay. Why don't the press ask him
No
questions?
smoking at City Hall. No reason for me to hang around.
Well, this morning I signed a ban on smoking in all public buildings. Soon you won't be able to smoke here either.
Wow.
Soon enough, I won't be here at all.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The people of this city like you, Jack. The police chief of all people. Don't betray that, Jack. Don't get wrapped up in any schemes. Sit nice and quiet for the next 180 days.
I don't think I will.
and you
I
will
am not gonna
remember
stay still for
anything.
180 days.
That's the only thing that you still have left. Be the hero.
Nah,
Then how am I supposed to?
I'm gonna be the
string together a
hero of
retirement fund?
deleting
You
you.
had a million chances to secure a luxury pension, one that even I would have envied, although I've never set aside any money for myself. I'm not planning to retire.
Well, we'll
anytime
make
soon.
that change. We're gonna make you retire ASAP.
180 days of quiet, Jack. That's all I need. I don't have any problems with you, and you won't have any problems with me.
Well, guess what? I'm about to end your life.
I have a new
End your
assistant,
career.
Troy Starr. If you have something to tell me, call him. But try not to bother him. He's a busy man.
I'll do my
Yeah, he
best.
does nothing. The mayor does nothing, doesn't he?
And quit smoking up the office. One of my friends will be using it soon.
Mm. He is planting everyone. Oh god. What is happening? Oh, is that Troy?
I'm sorry, babe. Only the mayor has this number. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, is this Troy Star?
Yes?
Go fuck yourself, Troy Star.
What a lad. What a lad. Alright, day 2. Nothing has happened yet. What is this game so far? Jack Boyd, only assholes join the mafia. Okay. Francis Kendrick would replace Jack Boyd. Jack Boyd, Mayor Rogers is a professional. Okay, so I guess my answers have an impact. Alright, here we go. Car's a bit of a struggle to get going, but here we are. So, the game is
Cops don't
180
use the
days, I
police
guess.
station cafeteria anymore. There's some kind of stigma against sitting shoulder to shoulder with your partners. Everybody just takes snacks from the machines or grabs a meal and hammers it down in the corner like a vulture on a corpse. The main thing? Don't look into anyone's eyes. Could be construed as an invitation to sit together.
It's like school, isn't it?
The only people eating here are ghosts.
Empty cafeteria.
My deputy, Francis Kendrick. He recently became one of those ghosts. The subject of one of the most devastating corruption scandals in the history of Freeburg. No evidence to support the accusations, but everyone knows Kendrick's days are numbered. I need
I
that
guess.
file I asked for. Needs to be ready tonight. Francis didn't say anything, but I understood. Ghosts aren't supposed to talk.
Poor lad.
Besides, I got a feeling he was already finished.
Poor lad. Alright. Would you like to receive tips about how the game works? Show me what you've got actually. Like, I don't know anything about this. Freeburg PDA organizes upcoming work assignments into shifts for today and tomorrow. Every shift, officers respond to crimes in progress and detectives continue their investigations. You can freely move employees between shifts. Okay. All officers and detectives possess several important characteristics. Okay. Professionalism shows the overall efficiency level of your policeman. A figure around 150 is considered average. Any policeman who falls short of this mark is not entirely reliable, while those whose professionalism is considerably higher than average are a safe bet, even in a pinch. An individual's level of professionalism may rise and fall over the course of their career. Okay. Energy shows how tired your policemen are. The less energy people have, the less reliable their work, and a policeman who is exhausted might fall asleep on the wheel and or make a critical error on the job. Okay. Your employees lose 1 point of energy after each working day and restore 1 point after each day of rest. Okay. Your employees don't tell you everything. Some additional characteristics are hidden from view. For instance, some cops are lazy and will come up with any reason they can think of to take the day off, while others like to drink too much. You can only guess about these things, but you should be able to draw your own conclusions based on the behavior of your employees. Okay, so it's a bit complex here. Anyway, 150 they said was the average, so it seems like Price, Austin, Asano, Tsubaki are under performing on professionalism. Mole seems to be the... Is this a detective? I think this is detective. So she is It could be a mole, literally, but anyway, her name is a kind of a inconvenience. But anyway, Armstrong and DeBrito are low on professionalism. Alright, whatever. This is shift B. Let's take a look and see what happens. Why is there jazz music? Okay. Jazz music. I hope this is not copyrighted. It would suck. Alright. Okay, okay. Responding to calls is the bread and butter of police work. You'll need to send to your officers to the crime scene before the timer expires. A mark on the map shows where the call came from. The farther away the destination is from the police station, the longer it will take your officers to travel back and forth, so the longer your people will be tied up and unavailable for upcoming work. Proceed. Okay, so we have everyday mall. What is this? The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send in on the call. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, that's better. I dropped the music and noise to 50%. The easiest way to determine how difficult a task might be is to check how many units you are allowed to send on the call. The more units you can send, the more serious the alleged threat. Particularly risky missions give you the option of sending SWAT, but they must be accompanied by at least one officer. Okay, proceed. The number of slots is not the only thing to consider. Any available information from the location of this crime scene to the presence of weapons and so on, all of this can tell you how seriously each case should be taken. A mission might look simple at first glance until it turns into a brutal meat grinder. For a serious call can come in which turns out to be a false alarm. Okay, so I gotta use my best judgment on this. Okay, hit and run. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who'd been digging through the trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Okay, so it's not too serious. I'm gonna send Price, the lowest officer that we have, the lowest professional officers that we have. We'll just send her alone. I think it'll be good. Let's see what's next. Okay, we got 28 seconds to respond to this. Fight. A theater manager reports that during a show of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked a cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. Okay, so this could be a little violent, so I'm gonna send Tsubaki and Austin together, I think. This might be a two-person deal. Let's send 2 officers there. Let's see how things return. I don't know, I feel kind of bad for Price going out there alone. Might be best to go in pairs, but I just sent her, whatever. Oh god, it's raining. Okay, here's the report. When everything goes well, the police capture the criminals and nobody dies, but the truth is sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead citizens bother the mayor even more than the living ones. Okay. Offender escaped, officer unharmed, that's fine. Alright, that's fine. As long as Price is okay. So maybe if I sent someone with better professionalism, they might have caught the dude or girl. Who knows? Offender escaped, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Okay, oh, okay. Did she gain? Oh, they lost professionalism, didn't they? Yep, they lost professionalism. Darn it. Okay. So maybe it's best to pair some of these more experienced officers with the unexperienced. Armed robbery. Okay, 3 teenagers armed with shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one Janet Brown who lives in the suburbs. Okay, we're sending a highly experienced officers. We'll send 100. Asano. Let's send those 2. Okay, we got another issue. Fight. A brother and sister clashed with each other on their deceased father's will. According to one of the lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Okay, this I think we can send. Hold on, I think we'll send Yancy. Okay, Price is still on his way back, I guess, or her way back. Sorry, we'll send Purdy. Proceed. We'll send her alone. I think she'll be able to handle that. Shortly, we can get a good result somewhere here, man. 2 of them was offender. Okay, Tsubaki and Austin are back. Price is back as well. Let's take a look and see what our... I think this might be the last mission here. Oh, no, we got another issue occurring. Assault. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician and then run away with his guitar and his money. Okay, we're sending experienced Yancy and then Price. I still have 1 more. Let's send Austin. Why not? Let's send everyone. Tsubaki's the only officer remaining. When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. Okay, the vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Oh god, you shoot that and shot that the house is surrounded. Okay. I guess you have to knock and say, oh, I'm gonna try and sneak into the house. But, I mean, they're armed robbers, right? It could be dangerous. But also alerting it could be dangerous. But I think knocking is the right procedure. So I'm gonna knock and ask. Yes, we got it. Officers unharmed. We caught the offender. Awesome. Whew, that was a battle. Okay, let's see what happened. Purdy, what'd she do? Offender caught, officer unharmed. Awesome. Nicely done, Officer Purdy. So she's on her way back too. These guys are off to... What are you off to? They're off to... Wasn't it like the 3-officer squad of the... Okay, let's see what happened. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Awesome. Price is slowly making her way up the professionalism rank. Very nice. It's almost 8 p.m. When does my shift end? Okay, end the day. Nice. Let's end the day then. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime, but if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Somebody's bound to make a mistake. Yeah, okay. Shift A. Okay, so there's a different shift. Oh wow, we have a lot of officers in Shift A. I don't know, I think I have more experienced officers here. Nah, I'm just gonna leave everyone and end the day. I think I'm gonna leave the roster as is for now.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face.
Poor lad.
The fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years, he's played loose with the law.
Ah, bummer.
And I know that at a certain point, every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Okay.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business. So you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
Oh, is
And what
this...
kind of business are we talking here?
Are we
It's nothing
uncovering
serious,
something?
just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
Oh.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never
I don't know.
got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you.
Wait, am I
And
corrupt?
one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list.
Christopher Sand.
Christopher
Who's that?
Sand.
Anyway, we'll figure it out later, I guess. Seems like Jack is turning to the dark side of the police
Christopher
force.
G. Sand.
Okay.
Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid
He's a
hunter,
nice
I
guy,
hear.
huh?
Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the
Interesting.
city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies.
Okay.
Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty.
Smart guy. If he's a mob
People
boss.
sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price.
Oh, God.
In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers.
Yeesh.
And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it.
Oh, wow.
Frank,
Okay,
I don't
scary
wanna hear
guy.
you say that name again.
Jack, please listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what direction this game's going. Anyway, Francis Kendrick's retirement date, construction of the museum postponed again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freiburg. Okay, let's go to work. I don't know what direction we're going here. Alright, when a police officer is too tired to be effective, he will ask for a day off. Sometimes officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of these reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, but don't antagonize them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets and you've got to make sure these guys have your back. Okay. So I don't want to antagonize these guys too much. Promotions. In addition to their performance ratings, police officers also possess rank. Employees begin at the lowest rank and can be elevated to rank with 1, 2, or 3 stripes. Once a week, you can pass out stripes and improve the rank of an employee. If you think that no one is worthy of your honor some week, you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until the people are ready. Okay. Okay. I've never worked with Birch, but apparently he has a stripe now. Employees of rank not only increase in professionals, but also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Sometimes when cops get rank, they start thinking more seriously about their service. This can mean less drinking and more time spent on the job. Some of them might even turn out to be dependable. Okay, I see what you mean. Alright, Shift A. I haven't worked with these lot yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna start the day. I'm gonna postpone the ceremony because I haven't worked with any of them. Freiburg isn't one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. Where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life. Well, in the life of your grandfather. Okay. Sweet Ginger Green. Sure, why not? More jazz. Lovely. It's a little spritey move. Okay, let's learn how to hire and fire cops. Okay. Affairs. Let's see. Police station. Okay. Labor market. You have a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire any available applicant. Job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Okay. So I can hire him for shift A or shift B. Hire from shift A. Let's do that. Personnel. Want to free up a slot? Time to fire somebody. Oh no, this is the hardest. Okay, Roy, I'm sorry, you're gone. You're gone, Roy. If you have legal grounds for determination, no one will ask any questions. You might need to fire them anyway. Legality be damned, but that could land you in additional proceedings, and your other staff will become more worried about keeping their jobs than they are about actually doing their jobs. Another way to free up a slot is to have a police officer killed, but that's not really a valid option. Okay. Fire legally. Sure, we're firing legally. Close. Close. Alright, let's start. Vandalism, St. John's Cathedral. We received a frightening call from a local cathedral this morning. The abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols and some have broken into the pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel, but the abbot would say no more. Boom. Alright, I'm gonna send Robbins and Birch. Let's do that. Proceed. We'll send 2 of them. Wait, what's happening? Oh, labor market. I've optioned for... How many openings do I have? I have 1 cop opening and 1 detective opening. I'm gonna hire this guy. Hire for shift A. And then cop. Gonna hire Tina. Because she has the best professionalism. Close. Alright. So I guess they appear tomorrow, right? Atticus Tower. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. Birch, go deal with it with Roy. Roy's getting fired tomorrow. He doesn't even need to go. We'll just send 1. Birch will go on his own. Sorry, Roy. Game forced me to fire you. Sorry, man. Can they retire? That's the question. Alright, vandalism report. Offender escaped. Officers unharmed. Okay, they lose. They lose professionalism. That's fine, though. They'll come back. Alright, we have suspicious individual, Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Mila reports that she's just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on television this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window eating a burger. Okay, we're sending Stovall and Schmotty. Let's send both of them. I mean, it could be nothing, but we just want to be sure. Alright, let's see what the report on vandalism is. Birch. Alright, he loses professionalism. That's fine. Come back home. Alright, Robbins and Birch Jr. are back. Oh wait, is Birch Jr. the son of Birch? Wow. Suspicious individual. Had mistaken retired officer Frank Neer for a fugitive. Oh my god, okay. Fine, come back you two. What is this? Sam Sorkin King Louis nightclub. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Okay, we'll send Birch Jr. He'll work as a bouncer tonight, I guess. I mean, the club's open at 5 p.m. Wow. Okay. I don't think many clubs are open at 5 p.m. Don't they open like 8 p.m., 9 p.m.? I don't know. Clubbing life, I've never been to, really. Drug sales. An anonymous caller just came in. A clown carrying balloons on the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Well, I don't think this is all too serious. I'm just gonna send Birch and Grant together. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. I think it's just a prank call. Okay, we have a serious crime, suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Okay, we need someone experienced to go, as well as Schmotty just in case. Let's proceed. What is happening here? Labor market. We have an opening for a cop. I'm just gonna get Sven Jorgensen. I'll hire him for shift B. Because I think I have enough for shift A. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. Report. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Okay, so Birch Jr. leaves. That's why I was able to hire someone. Okay. Thanks for your help, Mr. Boyd. Okay. Got 4.5 grand. Cool. Drug sales. As police arrive, a clown is seen making balloon animals for kids. Do we try to make a sale? Let's try this. I'm curious to see what happens. Ah, darn it. Should have watched closely, I guess. Okay, remember for next time. Suicide threat, let's see what happened. Offender caught, okay. I mean, don't call him an offender, just call them a victim. Okay, so we de-escalated the situation, that's how I want to put it. Okay, end the day. Alright, end the day. Shift A did a decent job today. Day 4. Robespierre to reveal his identity when the time is right. Feminist organization denied official registration. Enemies using feminists to destroy Freiburg. Okay. Whatever that means. Nothing too serious right now. Okay. Different cutscene now. Someone's at the door.
Whenever I'm alone at home and there's a knock at the door, I always hope it'll be my wife, Laura. She's always forgetting her keys.
Hello, my name is Steve, and you're Jack Boyd, is that right?
To get to my front door, the Bible boys walked about a mile from the local bus stop, jumping over mud puddles and skirting a couple of landfills. Laura doesn't go in for religion either, but according to her, these brave lunatics with their fake smiles deserve at least a minute of attention.
No, thank you.
She patiently listens to them, asks them questions, regales them with pastries, and never once dropping a hint of condescension. When I watch her do it, I've got to admit it gets me. I'd have hugged those boys, sat with them on the porch and lit up a cigar. But a month after Laura left, all I could do was quietly ask them not to bother me. Today I'm a little rougher still. Shut the door on his nose this time. Another couple weeks at this rate and I'll be greeting anyone who comes close with my service pistol pointed towards the sky, ready to fire my warning shots.
Interesting.
In my life, even the basic stuff never goes like it's supposed to. Normally, when a wife is going to leave home, she'll make a scene, or at least sit everyone down for a serious conversation. But Laura just disappeared. The children in the stories always stand on the side of the mother, but all 3 of our sons supported me. The in-laws always blame the husband for making their daughter unhappy. But now Sally, Laura's mother, well, we sort of have a pact. The fellow Laura ran off with is young enough to be her son.
Wow.
I hear he's 30 years old.
Lost his wife, now losing his job.
Know about his wife's lover.
Don't know.
I get hit with that. Fortunately, Laura's mother doesn't like the way it sounds either. Sally figures this guy just thought he'd have some fun with a mature woman, but he'll be back chasing college girls before the year is out. So we have an agreement. Sally's gonna track down Laura and try to reason with her, and we'll arrange a meeting. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to not do anything stupid, which of course means anything at all. It's a crazy situation. I'm the police chief, and the person I'm trusting to find my wife is an old woman with a phone book.
Funny.
But I can't afford to lose Sally as an ally.
Sally,
For the
okay.
moment, I had to swallow my pride.
Sally's our closest family member.
Hello.
Mrs. Markham, this is Boyd.
Oh, is there any news?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you found anything? An address, phone number? Have you spoken to her?
Don't worry, Jack. I've narrowed the range to 2 suspects, or whatever you like to say at your police building.
At my police building, we find people faster than a funny old woman chirping on the phone with my wife's girlfriends.
Oh, you're an old man, Jack. Come to your senses. They'd give us straight odds on the street. But I've got more energy, Jack. Maybe you think I'm a foolish old woman, but I go to my book club, argue with the girls about Byron, and it gives me energy.
Okay.
I talk to my dogs, and it gives me energy. And you have nothing, Jack. You don't even have a hobby. You got no passion. It's why Laura left you.
Yikes.
Let's not go
Ouch.
back into that, Sally. Find my wife, and we can discuss my hobbies later. I'm waiting for your call, and my patience is running thin.
Interesting.
Laura, if you've stopped loving me, I'll let you go. I can't expect the impossible from you. Just don't let me die out here, okay?
Poor lad. Poor lad. Alright, going to work now.